The streets of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia lay silent and empty on May 20th. This date, which the Cameroon government wants everyone to believe is the national day marking the unity of the two Cameroons, was instead a stark reminder of the disdain that Ambazonians have for it. It is instead a reminder to the Ambazonian people of the conflict and the killings they have had to go through in the name of national unity that just doesn't exist. For Ambazonians, this day, so-called 20th May, symbolize the abdication of their sovereignty to French Cameroon, a historical betrayal that ignited the ongoing conflict. This year, like in the past 8 years, Ambazonian civilians boycotted the 20th May event, underscoring once more their rejection of what they see as a fraudulent narrative of unity. To understand the depth of the conflict, one must look back to the events of May 20th, 1972. On this day, the then president of Cameroon, Amadou Ahidjo, orchestrated a referendum that effectively dissolved the federal structure of the country, transforming it into a unitary state without unity. This move was seen as a coup by Ambazonians, who had voted to join Cameroon in 1961 under a constitution that promised a federal system that would respect their autonomy and their freedoms and heritage. The abolition of the Federal Republic was a betrayal, stripping the southern Cameroons of its self-governance and laying the groundwork for annexation, colonization, decades of marginalization, and discontent. The unity celebrated on May 20th is therefore viewed by Ambazonians not as a day of national cohesion, but as the day they lost their independence and were incorporated by French Cameroon, or East Cameroon as it was known. This year's May 20th celebrations were met with significant and organized resistance from Ambazonian restoration fighters and the civilians alike, in a demonstration of their enduring spirit and resolve. These restoration fighters enforced a 2-day lockdown across Ambazonia, effectively shutting down any attempts at celebrating the so-called Unity Day. The streets of Bello, Kumbo, Bafut, Falco, Mayu, and the BLM were patrolled not by celebrants, but by fighters determined to disrupt any Republique du Cameroon-led festivities. In several instances, these restoration fighters engaged in direct combat with the Cameroon military, resulting in casualties and further underscoring the untenable nature of Cameroon's reliance on military force to suppress the independent movement. In Kumbo, the Bui Unity warriors staged a devastating ambush, killing at least 6 Cameroon soldiers and destroying their military trucks. The mayor of Bello, a local education delegate, and 2 military personnel were among those killed in clashes in Bello. Similar incidents occurred in other parts of Ambazonia, including an attack by the expendables in the Indian county that resulted in the death of another Cameroonian soldier precisely in Mundemba. These attacks were not isolated incidents, but part of a coordinated effort to disrupt the May 20th celebrations and to send a clear message to the Cameroon government. The response from the civilian population was equally telling. Despite threats and coercive tactics from Cameroon officials, the majority of Ambazonians choose to stay home, refusing to participate in the celebrations. In places like Lebialem, government officials were ferried in or imported from Yaoundé and Chang to give the semblance of a turnout. In Bamenda, Kumba, and Boya, threats of consequences for non-participation to government employees failed to compel attendance. The scanty and lackluster parades in Mbengwe, Ingi, Wum, and Minji were a testament to the widespread disdain for this 20th May event. The Cameroon government's belief that it can defeat the Ambazonian fighters or resilience through military might is not only misguided, but dangerous. The events of May 20th or 20th May, as I call it, have shown once again that the use of force only entrenches resistance and fuels the conflict further. The Ambazonian fighters are not just a ragtag group of rebels. They are a determined force with deep-rooted grievances and a cause they believe in passionately. Their ability to effectively shut down entire regions, counties, and local government areas and engage in a successful military operation against a better equipped national army speaks volumes about their resolve and capability. The lesson here for Cameroon is that the path to an enduring solution to the conflict does not lie through the barrel of a gun, but through genuine dialogue that addresses the root causes of this conflict. The events of May 20th should serve as a wake-up call to the Cameroon authorities. 8 years, and I mean 8 years, of fighting have not weakened the resolve of the Ambazonian people. Rather, it has strengthened their determination to fight for their independence. If Cameroon truly wants to end this conflict, it must engage in a sincere dialogue that acknowledges the historical injustices and seeks to redress them. Here are the interim government of Ambazonia. We are resolved that there can be no ceasefire. There can be no ceasefire without a commitment to addressing the fundamental grievances before a third party. This includes revisiting the circumstances surrounding the 1972 referendum and also recognizing the right of the Ambazonian people to self-determination. Without such a dialogue, any attempts at imposing peace through force will be futile and only lead to prolonged bloodshed. That is my talking point for the day.